Hopefully this is working. Testing, 1, 2. Testing, 1, 2. Hopefully this is working. Hello, dog. Let me make myself smaller. I made myself smaller. Okay, let me lock that. Let's get going. This is the QA server for Embers Adrift. Just doing a little bit of QA testing. There's not a lot I can do for this one, but we'll see what I can do. Who should we get on? Who should we get on? Who should we get on? How about we get on? Oh yes, I have a good reason to try this one. Let's get on Wee Marcus from Oz. Wee Marcus from Oz. It was last seen up in Redshaw Ridge with a whole group of people camped at a fire. There it is. Okay, biggest things you can test would be performance with the new distance tree imposters and the new skybox shaders. So performance, okay. Also functionality of chat tabs, new windows, etc. Okay, how's it looking? Yes, bad timing. I think I'm going to sneeze. Oh, excuse me. It's looking so good, made me sneeze. Look at that. Look at that. That? Yeah, that mountain's looking a little bit, not sure what's going on there. That's looking a bit weird actually, that rock. Anyway, that might be just because textures haven't loaded yet, so I should be a little bit patient with that. Maybe I'll move away and move back and just sort of see what happens to those textures when I do that. Might just be a performance issue on my 6-year-old potato PC too. See, when you get close to that, it goes grayscale. That's pretty cool. Now I come back. Now I come back. That rock, I swear I didn't see that rock there before, and it just looks a little bit, oh, maybe it's just the top of that rock. Just looks a little bit funky. A little bit funky. Performance with the new distance tree imposters. So what better place to look at trees in the distance than up here on Redshaw Ridge, eh? Just for the sake of the test, let's have a look at what the graphics are set to. So balanced overall, anti-aliasing, SMA, medium clouds, medium volumetrics, medium humanoid texture, vegetation density, yeah. Exposure is still at -1. Viewing distances 60%. Let me just go a little bit crazy here for that. See it changing in the background there. We're not talking about that sort of distance. Let's just have a play with the vegetation. That's why I'm not touching the shader, because I don't want my computer to melt. Return to game. What happens if I adjust that? Like this box is a bit big and it's a bit locked, so you can't really see too much. You just see a little bit in the background that's kind of changing. So it's not really material to any sort of testing. high quality. Oh, okay, this is the new bit. High quality, medium. I see. So if you make it 400, looks like that. You make it ultra, 1,000 meters. It's that far until it turns them into like the 2D ones that his name I can't remember. You make it short, they look like that. Okay, so if it's short, they look like that. On my potato PC with a 2060 video card, if you make them longer, so let's just go back to 400. They look like that. See, I've got shadow. Yeah, let's just play with shadows a little bit. I see, look at that difference. My PC's not the one to really deal with shadows like this, but still, let's put that up a bit. That looks nicer with those shadows on it. Let's just push this out. Let's just push this out to vegetation distance up there. Now, I don't know if these two are linked. Like, does this take precedence over that? Because they're kind of talking about the same thing, kind of, maybe. They could be. I'm not sure. That is a question for Undone. But look, that looks pretty bloody good to me. Let's just turn my exposure down as well. Well, down, up. Depends which way you call down, isn't it? Let's just take that to about 0. So if you weren't playing with your exposure, now performance wise I can't see the frames per second, but it feels a bit sluggish, as it should, on my very old video card with shadows really high. Look, realistically you're not doing that. You're not setting it at ultra. Maybe you set it to 250. Resolution scales up. I'm going to move this back to -1. See, this is how I'd play it. I've had my little play. Good old English language. I've had my little play, but now I'll show you what it looks like to have a play. Or at least a run around. So put on my run speed. Just do a run through the forest, shall I? Run speed. Have a bit of a look. How about we don't run into the ant farm? Because I don't want to do that straight away. Oh. Yes, I actually bloody jumped. It startled me. Sneaky bastards. You sneaky bastards. Alright, take a pot. It's QA. I don't care. I'll burn all my pots. How about I put my rock butter on my rock skin, rock star skin. How about that? Soloed 2, not 1, but 2 snatch shells. Awesome. Awesomeness, without using any pots or any of that sort of stuff. Use the old Warden Heel. Now, where were we before I got ambushed by those 2 snatch guards? Put your weapon away, you idiot. keep running. Yeah, I was going to check the time of day. Let's just leave that up there. It's spring, it's 7:03 a.m, so it's early morning in game. Sunrise is 7:00. Sunset there in an hour in game, or that's real time hour. So it's only first thing in the morning. So the sun is in the east over there behind that tree. All the shadows are currently long because it's early in the morning, and that's how shadows do what shadows do. Let's just see how things go. Yes, I know I'm just talking without saying anything particularly important. I'm just doing it, but it's more about how it looks. How does it look? I think, let's just put shadows up a little bit. I don't know if that's going to happen. No, see, that doesn't have a material effect on the close shadows. High resolution, no, I'm not going to do that, because considerable performance impact on this PC means don't be stupid, don't do it. Any other settings I should quickly think about? Anything else I should think about? No. No, that's irrelevant for this. Exclusive full screen is different. Windows only match the application setting when full screen is enabled. Changes the operating system resolution of the display to match the application's resolution. Okay. Not the sort of thing I'll play with right now. Music is just down at the moment while I'm talking. No offence to the musician. Turn to the game. Sun's coming up. This is how it looks. Now, the biggest things you can test would be performance on the new distance tree imposters. Did you mean to say imposters? I'm not sure. And new skybox shaders. Well, that's a skybox. That's sky. It's all a big box. You're in a box, and the sky is the box. Looks nice to me. What can I say? Looks nice. Hey, Blooper. Looks nice. You can see what it looks like on my 1060 when you look at this YouTube. Also, functionality of new chat tabs, windows, etc. Oh, yes, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, when you're outside of the game, if you haven't selected what you're doing outside of the game, it's just going to mouse scroll, wheel me, and do silly things like that. Well, it's not silly, it actually looks good in first person. Oh, that's interesting, the first person. I have to put my weapons out. It's actually hiding the weapon at that level. Yeah, this is all terribly irrelevant. Okay, what do the notes say? What do the notes say? What do the notes say? The notes say something about chat tabs. The notes say chat tabs are now dockable and can be spawned off to their own windows. You can also reduce your chat windows to 1. And you've also added an LFG and an LFM. Okay. So what happens if I go LFG? Okay. I'm missing something here, obviously. If I go LFG question mark, look at that bloody sneaky stalk and snatch. Sneaky stalk and snatch go. Say that 5 times quickly. You sneaky stalk and snatch girl. I have to say that really slowly. These stalkers are pinatas. What's this one got? Oh, a couple of mushrooms and a couple of those things. They're called smelling salts. That's the name. Put that back on there. Now, what these chats? What do we got? We've got add a tab. We've got settings. We've got world, and we've got lock. So if we lock, that ain't moving. That's fine. Unlock. That's moving. That's moving. If we go add, it's created a new tab. Can't really see what's on that tab unless I go like that. Okay, so that's a new tab. Set custom name. Test. Thank you. What if I take test and go like that? Ooh. What if I take chat say and go like that? Yeah, let's just cover the screen with tabs. Chat tabs are now dockable and can be spawned off to their own windows. Yes. So look, if you were really, you could really do that if you wanted to, and you could put all your, see that's really what's been looted stuff one. You could take your notifications and you could go, there's my notifications, you could put that up there. You could put, so if I go settings on that one and I say it's just, what would I actually show in that one? So I change that to combat. Just say my combat out. My combat out. Turn that back off. I could put that like that. Now look, I would never play this way because I like to play things immersively, and it would also drive me nuts if they weren't all the same size. But you wouldn't block that anyway. But you could play like that. You could play like that. Then you keep your general like that. So, chat tabs are now dockable. So each one of those can be locked. So I could lock that there, I could lock that there, I could lock that there. Awesome, I can lock that. See why have I got two leaded ones? That's a bit silly now, isn't it? So I could change that one to whatever, help, all. Let's just make it all for now. Let's just make it all. Anything that happens, I can see it on that one. That one's general. Let's just pull that back a little bit again. This must be riveting entertainment. Like that. That's me. That's It's an ant. It's a worker. He's a worker. I'm a worker. We're all workers. What I do like to do is put that angle view up. So you got combat up there on a separate window. That's all good. If that's what you want to do. Feels a bit claustrophobic to me, but I'm not going to judge. But the point is, you can do it. Can do it. Now, what if can I remove a tab without unlocking it? So if how do I delete a tab? How do I delete a tab? How do I remove a tab? I assume you have to do that first. How do you remove a tab? Oh, this is going well, isn't it? How do I remove a tab? I can put it back down there. How do I close tab? Duh. So let's leave that one there. Let's say we don't necessarily want that one there. So if I right click on, no, if I unlock it, right click on it, can I close it? No, I can only close it when it's in the box, and that's fine. So I can close tab. Okay, so that one's gone away. We'll unlock that one, do that. So if you were just trying to test, look at your combat, what damage you were doing, you could just sort of do that. You could lock that there. And carry on. You could go, yeah, I want to hit an elk. First up, I want my skin, my tough skin. I want my other thing. There you go. You're seeing what combat you do. So it works. From a functional point of view, it works. From a functional point of view, that works. Okay, so it's 9:46 AM now. It's sort of mid-morning. Let's just close that. Let's unlock that. Let's drag that back down into here. Now, let's close that tab. Now, having closed that tab, if I want to reopen that tab, that exact tab, how do I do that? Maybe you can't. Maybe you just have to start a new tab. Not sure. That's a question for undone. That's an undone question. And how about I set this one back up to, how about oh, it's locked. How about I set this one to loot. So I turn off all, just go loot, turn that setting back off, move that down again, lock that. That's cool. Then I can see what loot drops. Got my general one over here, which I'll just switch back to general. We're sweet. So that's chat tabs. Skybox still looking nice. I was just doing a functional test, not a regression test. Functional test is testing the new functions, the changes, right? The new changes. Whereas a regression test is testing that the old stuff still works with the new stuff added. So that's the difference between what I would call functional testing and regression testing. So I was just going to do a little bit of functional testing, which was just to look at the grass, look at the new, still can't remember what the thing's called, billboards. These things are called billboards when you only see the 2D version, you don't see the 3D version. And Don's probably shaking his head saying that, how you define it. But still, that's my definition right now. Had a quick play with the chat boxes. Killed some ants. QA is looking like a working thing now. Well, it still looks like a working thing. You sneaky bugger. Let's swap back to the sword. You sneaky bugger. They look nice up close, don't they? They really do. Poor snatch skull. Oh, what's that? Reinforced gold longsword. Nice. Nice. If I put on my Australian accent, nice. Heal ourselves up a little bit more again. Now I'm keeping this short. As you can see on the QA, there have been lots of things done. Unity engine upgrade, Skullbox shaders, upgrade the vegetation, that's all what we spoke about. Replace tree billboards with new versions for higher visual quality. Awesome. Some memory updates. Started migrating rock materials to a new shader that will allow for weather effects. Okay, so that's why the rocks were looking different. Well, you just said started, so ain't gonna be too judgy. But that first rock that I looked at looked a bit ordinary, but that's cool. That's cool. It's from little things, big things grow, as the famous Paul Kelly would say. No, I'm not going to sing. I'm not going to totally destroy my stream by singing it, but Paul Kelly would say, from little things, big things grow. And that's just the first pass on that rock shader, so that's cool. Added event currency and not yet testable. Okay, added more event mobs, obviously can't see that yet. Fixed non-NPC dialogues not closing and walk away. Well, it's really hard to quickly test that. Added 2 new quests, can't see them yet, but they'll be live when they're live. More information to triggers. Can't think right now. Added more information on threat scaling tooltips. Cool. I'm not sure what I was meant to do on that one. Sorry. I typed in LFG, LFM. Added chat commands for LFG. Oh, hold on. Does that mean there's new windows for LFG and LFM? Let's just see. Is there an LFG? No, I don't see an LFG and LFM. No, sorry, I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. Let me just type it again. So if I go LFM, what happens? You must be in a group to utilize looking for member. Because it's looking for member, you're already in group. If I go looking for group test, what's that actually doing? I'm in looking for group after I type looking for. So I'll turn that off. I'll go /LFG. Puts me in looking for group. Okay. I assume there's no parameters that can go after that looking for group. Well, let's just test that. Looking for group. I want a red Shore Ridge group. So that puts it there, tells me that. If that says, look at that, that says I want a Red Shore Ridge group. So if you type that after it, why am I looking at that? Yeah, so if you type something after you type /LFG, so will that change if I change it? So if I go LFG and I just type and change that, that's turned it off again, so it's a toggle. Okay, so if I go LFG enter, look at that. That's my group. That's the comment for my group. Very useful, isn't it? Very, very, very relevant. That'll get me a group. But it works, and that's awesome. How do I open that up and change it? How do I open that up and change it? How do I open that up and change it? Sorry, I'm talking out loud because, of course, click on Note, okay, and I can change that to see. That's much better. So that works. So LFG works. Typing LFG with a message puts you into LFG with a message. Cool. LFM. So yeah, LFM where I can test where I'm in a group. What was it? There. Winter wool shirt colour, yeah. Green scale boots colour changed to match the rest of the set. Do I have green scale boots? No, I don't think I do. What have I got? But Varsismo boots. Yes, I do. I have green scale boots, but they're kind of covered up by these mollies. So I don't know what they looked like before, but they now look, oh, hold on, let me just get out of that mode, then I can, maybe I can, maybe I can't, maybe I'm just being silly. Okay, so that's what your green scale boots look like now. Awesome. Until you cover them up with the mole bear grooves. Yeah, cool. Duelist, Provoke, Sentinel, or no, I can't test any of that stuff. Auto set raw components, it's their own unique identity. I don't know, I can't really test that at the moment because I'm not in a group. Node spawns, awesome. Cleaned up foggy, noxious box, so I'm not going to go there right now. Fix VFX on triage, well that's a skill that I don't have. Normal execution times and animation of potions and normalize them. Okay, let's talk about what normalized means. When you normalize something, you're making it normal. It's used a lot when you're like moving a character. So if you're moving one in that direction and you're moving one in that direction, you normalize it so that you're not moving at 1.4 speed diagonally. You're instead moving at the same as if you were moving that way and that way. Now that explanation is probably going to mean nothing to anyone, but what I assume is that that will look different. Oh God, he missed his face. That's okay. You missed your face, buddy. You've got a drinking problem. No, I shouldn't laugh. That's how it is. The food. Okay, you're eating. That's awesome. You drink some tea. No, you've already got tea. I can't turn off. I can dismiss a tea. Okay, so let's have another tea. Okay, I'm not going to comment on that. What I will comment on is the timing looked better. It looks like it's happening sort of straight away. Let's swoggle another tea. So, yeah, that timing is good. That's all I can really say for that. So anyway, that's my little functional test. That's the rocks. See, just knowing that we're going to get weather effects, that we might see snow and stuff on these rocks in the future, I think that's friggin' awesome. And yeah, they've got a different texture on them now. Up close, that's interesting. They've got like a nice little mossy texture on them at the moment. Maybe if spring, then moss on rocks sort of thing, which makes them look like that. That's kind of cool. It'd be interesting to see how they look in the different seasons. Alright, I'm going to stop jibber jabbering and let's pretty much say that's it. So anyone that's watched this and listened to my jibber jabbering, I hope you got some benefit from it. If you're a dev and you just want to see someone actually looking at the stuff that you're doing. If you're somebody that's thinking about playing the game, just hop in, come play it. It's got a free trial. It costs like $20. Buy a pizza or buy a game that you can play for the rest of your life. Well, hard decision. Okay, it depends how hungry you are. But still, it's a great game. I've been playing it 2 years. I think over 2 years I've got my money's worth. And I still love the game. I love just getting out here and getting out the bow and just hunting a few mobs. Put on my rock scout. Put on my... How about I turn that on? This isn't just another pro tip. I've disabled the tooltips on the action bar, so I've turned that back on, turned to game. When you mouse over it now you can actually see what it is. So that's rock hide, and it gives you physical damage, resist for 30 seconds. That one is Quebec spine, so when something hits you, it's like thorns in a lot of games, you know. Something hits you while that's on, then it's doing itself damage. So even if I didn't hit it, it would be hurting itself because that's on. I would, of course, do that. Put a bit of a bleed on it. Well, look at that. I would, if I wasn't on QA, I would have updated my little bulletin board quest. Kind of irrelevant because it's on QA, but hey, that was fun. Anyway, let's put our run speed bonus on and run back to where I started. Back near that Ember fire. Not that I have to, but just so we can have one last look at how things look. Yeah, just running back towards that Ember fire. That's not going to tell you much. Running through the forest. See that tower? That's your point of interest. That's how you know you're running towards where you want to be running towards. If that's where you want to be running towards. Which I do. Soak it in. It's looking good. QA functioning. My little regression test. My little functional test. No, I get it now. That's moss on the rocks. That's cool. That's cool. It actually looks really nice there. That's Grimstone Peaks. That's the level 50 area over there, and this big lake, and this forest. Good stuff. Alright, thank you. Test over.